Hello and welcome to IMAGE The Motherload, the podcast for mums who work inside and outside the home. I am your host, Dominique McMullen. I'm IMAGE Media's editorial director and I'm mum of two young boys. Every week I am joined by an exciting guest to talk about the realities of modern motherhood, and hopefully we will leave you feeling a little more seen and a little less alone. You can think of us as your new village because we are here even just a small bit to lighten the load. Before we get started, I want to take an opportunity to thank our incredible sponsors. IMAGE The Motherload is powered by Peugeot and sponsored by It's for Women, Revive Active, Avoca and Liffey Valley. Today I'm joined by Danielle Garner. You've probably heard of Danielle as the founder of Wildflower Hair Studio, and she's also a mum of two. Her story is one of reinvention and resilience and beauty inside and out, both through her work and through the life that she has created for herself very intentionally. I'm so happy to have her here with me today. A quick note, this episode does mention miscarriage and everything that goes along with it. So if that is not for you today, I think you should probably skip this one. Okay, let's get on with the show. So welcome, Danielle.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm so glad to be here.
I'm so glad to have you here. We were all fussing over our hair before you came in. Making sure
beautiful.
we were looking good for you.
I love your hair today.
Thank you. I love
It's
your
glowing,
hair
like
today.
it's so shiny.
Day made. It's so nice to have you here. How are you? How's your day been so far?
It was wild. Like, I was trying to have a real chill day with River, my son, and I had a client in the morning just after the school run.
Yeah.
And then I remembered that I had, I forgot, I had an appointment with my 92-year-old client who lives in Ballyfermot.
Wow.
And I do her hair every 3 weeks, but I haven't seen her in a few months because she was sick, every 3 weeks.
Wow.
She gets an upstyle in her hair.
Oh, how
And
glam.
I know.
She
And
sounds
she
fab.
she lives for, I feel like it's kind of like, do you know the Alone project?
No.
Do you ever hear about, it's like a foundation that people who are on their own, living on their own as elderly, are like teamed up with a volunteer that they just go to hang out with these people.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like that. So yeah,
That's
I
so
forgot
nice.
about it, and then I went to her house, but I had to bring River, and then he fell out of the buggy, and it was just so chaotic.
What age is River now?
He's like 16 months.
Okay, so he's still really young.
Yeah.
I thought he was a bit older than that. I don't know why.
No, he literally, 16 months.
And he's not in crash or anything.
No, my mum minds him.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that a little later on because I think that's the nicest thing in the world.
I'm so lucky.
I love your mum.
She's the best.
Yeah. And what age is your other son?
7. No, sorry, I
7.
keep saying 7. Today, all day, I'm saying 7. He's actually 6 until the 3rd of October.
Okay.
And then he's 7, and I literally won't call him 7 until the 3rd of October. Because I'm like, you're my 6-year-old, not my 7-year-old.
Oh. And is he in school then?
Yeah, he's in school. He actually is in school today till 4 in an after club school.
Is he
thing,
senior
so-
infants?
No, first class.
Is he first class?
Yeah, wrong again.
And how is back to school starting first class?
So apparently he has this really cool guy teacher, and the guy is just I feel like he's going to be the impressionable teacher that is going to make their day.
Wow. Yeah.
And he's hopping out of school, having a ball.
Oh, it's amazing having those male role
I know.
models, isn't it, for young boys?
It's so important, isn't it?
Yeah. So you've got River
Yeah.
and
Harrison. Yeah.
And okay, so quite a big age gap there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 5 years. 5 years between them.
And what kind of a stage of motherhood are you at now, do you think? How are you finding everything?
So I just stopped breastfeeding 3 weeks ago.
Okay, wow. So probably a bit hormonal.
Yeah,
a
rattled.
little bit.
I stopped breastfeeding 3 weeks ago, and 2 days later I got my first period since having a baby.
Wow.
So it was like my body was like, yeah, you're ready.
That's a long time for no
Yeah,
period. And
yeah.
then quickly to just slot back in.
I know.
Wow.
It was like I went to Barcelona and I was on a shoot for 4 days. So I was like, I'll feed him as if it's my last feed, and then I'll go, and then maybe I'll feed him when I go back, but I'll just make the decision while I'm away.
Yeah.
And then 2 days after I made the decision, I was like, oh, right, okay.
It just
My
happened.
body's like, okay, you're ready.
Was it very difficult?
My period.
No, well, I mean, I'm presuming that was
Yeah, that
very
was
difficult.
sore.
But to stop the
Oh my God.
breastfeeding, like I know people find it
It's
really
so
emotional.
emotional.
Yeah.
It's like pulling on your heartstrings like
Yeah.
nothing else pulls on your heartstrings like that, I don't think.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have a doty, so I was like his comforter, I was his feeder, I was his night carer, all them little things, like them little moments. So
Yeah.
I was actually afraid of, will he still think I'm his mom? Because my mom minds him, like things like that. But he's grand. After I came back in about 2 weeks, he'd be like, do you know the reason why I was like, okay, maybe it's time? He kept saying like more and like pointing at my boobs, and I was like, no, getting weird. Need to just stop that now.
Yeah. I mean, it's, it's so different for every
Yeah,
single
isn't it?
person. That journey
Yeah.
is so different.
But that was enough for me now. I was like, okay.
Yeah. For me, it was like 6 months. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I think I'm okay now.
On Harrison, I was 6 months as well. And
Okay.
I don't know why I just went for so long. I was like, I'll just
Maybe
keep
just
going.
River needed it maybe as well,
Yeah.
you know,
I
different
didn't take
kids.
a doty.
Yeah.
It was harder to take a bottle, so I was just like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll do it.
There is nothing more beautiful though than those quiet moments when you are feeding and it's just you and them and you're so close and it's so intimate and beautiful.
I know.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
Oh, I'll cry now.
It's also so hard though. It's
Yeah.
also so hard.
It's so,
It's so
like, on both
draining.
ends, it's so intense.
Yeah.
It's like the most magical feeling, and it's also the most intense on a woman's body. Like, I feel like I'm literally going into postpartum from 3 weeks ago because I felt still pregnant.
Wow. Yeah.
Because my body was just still in like that like flight or fight to kind of stay keeping the milk alive, continuously working, like it was just intense.
You're still in matrescence, really, you know, that period. And are you doing anything to like look after yourself? Are you doing anything particular? Are you taking any?
So I've been taking Horology, which I found really good. Do you know that supplement?
Yeah, they're
Really,
brilliant.
really like that.
Yeah.
I had done 2 Ayurvedic cleanses in the last 3 months, and they were honestly incredible.
Really?
Yeah.
What does that involve? I have no idea what that even
So
means.
an Ayurvedic practitioner is like, Ayurveda comes from, it's like a 3,000-year-old Indian way of living.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think there's Vata, Pitta, and do you know that shampoo you were talking about?
Yeah.
Hair care. They base it on...
That was before we started recording.
Oh, sorry.
I was telling Danielle I've been using a hair serum, which has been very good for my regrowth postpartum, actually. Yeah.
So that is like stemmed from Ayurveda, but basically it's like if you're, say, Vata, you're a colder person and you're more flighty and in your brain, and if you're a Kapha, you're like more grounded, but if you're not in line with your Kapha, you go into your brain.
Okay.
It's like, it's so interesting.
Yeah.
Shakira Classy, who I go to as a practitioner, she runs these cleanses, and they're for 5 days where there's no milk, so there's no dairy, no meat, no sugar, no gluten, and no caffeine.
Okay.
So it's
dairy, milk, sugar, gluten, caffeine. Okay. So a lot.
Yeah, a lot. Basically everything you eat. So I was eating like just really ritualized foods and easily digestible foods. Only drinking hot water. Like, never, do you know, like when you would have a glass of water, it would have to be hot.
Yeah.
So things like that, but basically just like balance my nervous system. And I found that really, really, really good.
And is she kind of talking you through each day? Or yeah, okay.
In the cleanse she does. And it just like, I felt like you find after 3 days, maybe you have like a headache and you have intense cravings. But after the 5 days, it's like your body's completely detoxified. And
what did you eat? What are you eating?
So in the morning you had porridge and stewed fruits.
Okay.
So stewed apples and pears.
Yeah. That's very doable, yeah.
For lunchtime we had mung dal and vegetables that were easily digestible. Like, there's certain vegetables that were like kind of more intense for your digestive system. And rice. And then for the evening you would have like a soupier version of that.
Okay.
But then you could have dates and raisins as like a snack if you felt like your blood sugars are going down or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
And for 5 days that was really good. But I was also breastfeeding in that time.
Okay, tough.
Yeah, it was hard. But I also felt like it was a hugely like beneficial thing. So I want to do that again now.
Okay.
Come back into it.
Okay, yeah.
But I need to get back to the gym or something because I need to get back moving.
Yeah, I know, don't we all?
Yeah. I was like, I'm running the marathon breastfeeding, so now I just need to go back to the
You're
gym.
running the marathon breastfeeding?
That's how it felt like.
Oh, I thought you'd done that.
No. It felt like I was running a marathon every day, like trying to
Yeah.
continuously breastfeed while work.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, okay, get back into your routine.
Yeah. So tell me about your routine. Tell me about work and Wildflower. How's that all going?
It's amazing. So I recently like onboarded my friend who has been in business with us since the very beginning. So she like started as an artist with us 8 years ago. So it'll be 8 years in October. And she came on board as more like a managing director.
Okay, great.
So I've been able to like transition into more of a creative director.
Great, yeah.
So I focus on more so like brand storytelling, marketing, like kind of thinking in a vision way rather than thinking about the day-to-days, because I really struggle with the day-to-days. I'm more like thinking about the future and thinking about what's possible.
Yeah.
And then doing shoots and weddings and stuff. And honestly, I'm loving it so much more.
Yeah.
Helping the team to be the best version of them rather than helping them figure out when their holidays are. Because I'm just not good at that.
Yeah.
Like somebody needs to do that, and it's really important
Yeah.
because they need to be minded and cared for. But I'm too
Big thinking.
spontaneous to know that I'll be consistent enough.
Yeah. But isn't it amazing that you're at the point in your business where you can do that, where you
Yeah.
can, you know,
It's so good.
follow the bit that you know you're passionate about and the bit
Yeah.
that you know you're good at, and have someone else take the reins on the other parts. And it's such a skill to know what you can do and what you can't do as well.
Yeah.
So important to be
I
able
think
to.
I didn't have value in it for a while.
Mm.
Like for a while, the whole concept of social media, I was like, no, that's not a thing that we should be into. Let's just come away from it.
Yeah.
And then it was the team that were like, no, that's something that we need to do like 2 years later.
Yeah.
And that was when I really noticed a difference in, okay, if I keep like doing, like using my energy to kind of attract the people we want to be within our team and within our space, then it's doing the place better, and it's actually a valuable time spent rather than
Absolutely.
just doing hair day to day.
Yeah.
So
no.
yeah, I don't really do hair anymore in terms of like clients.
Do you miss that?
Not at all.
Really?
No.
You're happy just with the big picture thinking and you know,
So like
directing the
I have the
brand?
big picture thinking, but I also do a lot of shoots and a lot of weddings, and I do like transformations when people need something fixed in their hair.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't like to do maintenance because
it's boring.
I'm not consistent. I need to realize that I'm not consistent. And if I can just use that to the advantage, then I shouldn't be the person that you're relying on every 3 months.
Yeah, I totally understand. I get it. Yeah.
But there is people in the team who want to do that. So I'm like,
yeah.
okay, my clients can just be your clients.
Yeah.
And then I can still look after them.
You do the magic when they arrive and like the big, you know, let's change this.
Yeah, and then I
that.
pass them on.
And then pass them on.
Yeah,
That sounds like the dream. That's perfect.
It feels like my dream.
Yeah, it's kind of my dream.
Client.
Like not with hair, but my version of work.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like that too. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
I get bored so easily that I'm like, if I am the consistent one, I'd end up just being 5 different places, even though I'm standing doing your hair.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, just be in the room with me.
Yeah. And tell me about, let's go back. I'd love to hear about your childhood, because I know you had kind of, I've met your mum and I love your mum and she's brilliant, Martina.
So good.
Hi Martina, we love you. So tell me about your childhood and your upbringing and how that kind of informed the mum you are today as well.
So my mum and dad, my mum lived in London when she was like 23 and she met my dad. And they were 4 months together and they found out they're 4 months pregnant.
Okay.
So it was like, oh, hi, how are you? So they had me, I was born in London, and then 5 weeks after I was born, my mum was like, actually, no, I need to be back with my community. I need to be in Ireland. So they moved back to Ireland. They lived with my granddad and my nana for a while. But actually in that year, my nana not divorced, but my nana left my granddad.
Wow.
And
would have been unusual back then.
Yeah, really unusual. And that piece is like really important to me. It felt like, so I don't know if this makes sense, and this is going to be completely crazy to think of, but my nana, my nana's mum, her husband died when my nana was 9, and she had 9 children. So she had to like rear all these kids on her own. So she was like the strongest person ever. And when I was born, everyone in my family used to say that I was exactly like her. So I like only liked girly things. I only liked to be in a dress, and I didn't like somebody having chewing gum, and I didn't like when somebody talked in a certain manner, and I used to scowl the way that my great nana did. And they always said that I was like a part of her. And my nickname is Lady.
Love
because they were like, she never wore a pair of trousers in her whole life.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh yeah, that's a bit me. But so I feel like when I was born, something happened to my nana where she like softened. And so on my wedding day, I was getting a picture of my nana, and I actually, every time I talk about it, it makes me cry. I was getting a picture with her, and she was like, the lowest of my whole life was in 1992 when you were born. I left your granddad, but actually I used to wake up every morning and say, I still have Lady. And like that kind of kept her going. So I feel like me and my nana have this like bond that somehow I'm like, maybe I'm reincarnated of my great nana. I don't know what it is, but it's just so special.
Yeah.
So anyways, we lived there with them, and then my nana moved out, and then my mum and dad moved to say Dublin or something, and they broke up when I was about 1.5 because my mum just didn't feel like it was the right fit. So we moved back to my granddad's house, and then my mum struggled with addiction. She was an alcoholic, and got sober when I was 3.
Wow.
So when I was 3, I still remember the day that it actually happened. So I remember the last day that she drank, and I remember the feeling.
At 3, when you were 3?
Yeah, when I was 3.
Wow.
So I really don't think we realise how much our children hold on to. I remember the exact moment. It was in my granddad's house. We walked into the kitchen. She asked me to go into the kitchen, and I remember her like holding me and being like, I'm going to go get help. I'm going to go next door. I'm going to get help, but don't tell anyone. And I was like, okay. And I watched her walk out the back door and hop the back wall. Wow. And then I didn't see her for like 7 weeks. She went into St. John of God's to rehabilitation. Wow. And I remember sitting on my granddad's knee and the guards coming in to try find her, but I knew she was next door. And it was like from that moment on, I was like, okay, you have to like fight for yourself. It was weird. It was like it was an impactful moment in my life when I was 3, which is wild. So anyways,
have you carried that with you, that feeling of needing to fight for yourself? I mean, that's a big feeling to have age 3.
I'd be very independent. Like I, even down to like my husband, I'm obsessed with my husband. Like I love him so much, but I'm always like, I don't want to rely on you for you to financially support me, or I don't want to rely on you to, I always said that I'd never want to buy a house with a man because I was always afraid that my independence will be taken away from me. But now I've softened to that because it's okay. But I feel like, yeah, it's definitely stayed with me, the whole thing of like, I can do this on my own. But I definitely have softened into, okay, there is humans that love me around me. There is I do always have that kind of abandonment fear when I'm in my anxious state.
Yeah.
But I do rely on like the people that I love around me, my friends or my sisters and my family. I love my family so much.
You've said before that you do suffer from anxiety a bit.
Yeah, I get kind of health anxiety.
I think a lot of people do.
Oh, bad.
A lot of people do. How does this kind of transpire for you? What does it look like?
So in therapy, I learned that I don't acknowledge the amber lights. So it's like green is normal, amber is warning signs, and then red is like spiral to bits.
Yeah.
So I find that my amber is when I'm too busy, I'm out of sync, I'm doing things that are like not aligned with my soul's purpose, and I'm like in the grind. And sometimes like I've been through stages in my life where I've been severely just in the grind.
Yeah.
Obviously when you're like developing a business, that happens. But I've learned that if I'm in a state of mind in an environment or a setting or a workplace where my soul is drained after, I have to not do that thing anymore. So that's why I don't do clients anymore, because I'm like, I would literally leave work and there's nothing that anybody done. I loved the experience with the client, but my body would be like drained of energy, like physically drained of energy. And I've just learned that that's my amber warning.
Yeah.
If I ignore that for too long, I go into full, like I'll stay awake really, really late at night, and I'll start thinking that something's going to happen to Harrison, thinking that something's going to happen to River. Sometimes, like, if Craig has a sore belly, I'll be like, oh, he's going to die. And, like, I feel like I'm so lucky with everyone in my life that I can't believe that this is reality. And that's how I get into the anxious state of mind. Or, like, I'll just talk myself into an awful spiral.
I get it. I get it. But how amazing that you've come to a place that you can recognise it.
Yeah.
You know, that you know now that what to look out for and how to stop yourself before you get there. When we talked a little bit off camera about regulating your nervous system and how important that is, and I'm learning all about that at the moment as well. But it's a skill.
It actually is like you have to do it.
Yeah.
Like, it's like
and
a
as
boundary.
a mother, especially as a mother and as a business owner, like you are being pulled at in every direction, and everything is overstimulating and overactivating and more. So it's really hard to do, to put up those boundaries.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
And I think, like, earlier on when I was saying about the value system, I would have always valued what I do as like how good I am at doing hair, or the service that I did. I always value what I do in, like, my service of that's if I'm doing a good job or I don't.
Yeah.
And sometimes what I find is that I do that too much, that I can't regulate my nervous system because someone's asked me a question about a business thing, or like someone's asked me a question about a project that I should actually paying attention to. Yeah. But I was more in service. So by taking away the service, actually being in the mindset of, okay, how can we make this better, or how can we create like something visionary that is the purpose that I need to have in service. So then it's in service to the majority rather than to the singular. To the individual person who's sitting in a chair. Yeah. Yeah. But so I was in for probably like the 6 years of having a business. Like the first 6 years of having a business, I was in fight or flight constantly. Wow. So and you had small kids at that point too. Yeah. No nervous system regulation at all. So like I opened my business at in 2018, and 3 months into having a business, I was like, oh, let's have a baby. Yeah. So since then, I've just been on a roller coaster. Yeah. Honestly. And there's probably a reason behind that your body was like, more. Like, I want that adrenaline shot. You know what I mean? Like the cortisol, more. But it has to be said that Wildflower is so hugely successful. Like, you know, you running on that adrenaline and having those babies and running that business, you did it very well. Yeah, I think it's because the sole purpose of the business was like really hearted in like soulful, like it was good energy. So like I did battle with maybe closing it down like last year. Did you? Yeah, or like 2 years ago, and I was like, oh, this isn't for me. Really? Yeah, I just didn't think that I was meant to do this. You weren't enjoying it anymore? No. But now that and also like loads of the people who were working in the business finished and moved on to a different part of their career, and like moved on to freelance and stuff. Yeah. But what I noticed was in that time, my nervous system was always in fight or flight. So I'd be in service to the client. I'd be out of, like, I would be elsewhere in my head. But I also would be unavailable to the people around me that needed me. So everybody was getting an experience of me that wasn't who I was or who I am. Yeah. So I feel by regulating your nervous system actually is identifying who you actually are, and then you can go through every aspect of your life in that way. Yeah. As like the best version of yourself. And that's what we want to show up as every day anyway. So how do we do that? I do so I actually, when River was like 8 months old, I was told by the doctor to go on antidepressants because they thought that I had like postpartum depression. And I decided not to do that because I feel like I've such a sensitive soul that I was like, I don't think that would suit me. But I did start microdosing with psilocybin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me everything.
So I was like, am I allowed to say this?
Yes.
So yeah, so I started microdosing with psilocybin, and it's like every 3 days I take a tiny, it's like 0.025% of it, and it's similar to an antidepressant.
Wow.
And the only way I can describe it is, imagine my spine is my nervous system,
Yeah.
and every little like disc in my spine was scattered all over my body.
Yeah.
And when I had like a microdose, it felt like everything just clicked into alignment and my full spine was straight.
Wow.
And that was exactly who I was.
Wow.
So it felt like it was a reminder of who I am. And then I was able to remember what I'm doing throughout the day, because like there's no hallucination,
Yeah.
nothing that is like outside of you. It's all just of you. Like it's everything. It kind of just makes you the best version of you. Nothing like an actual drug.
You don't feel any like what people would perceive as druggy effect.
No.
You're not feeling out of it in any way.
No.
You're feeling the opposite. You're feeling
Yeah.
in.
Yeah. If
I get
can
it.
say that,
No,
yeah.
I get it. And where I want to say, where were you getting it from without giving us
So
like a
there's
drug
brand
dealer's name?
called Mabel.
Yes. I've been being advertised.
Yeah, so had I.
It's been
No,
on
I don't
my
get them from
Instagram
them,
feed
but
all-
I would really recommend it. Like honestly, it's definitely changed my life.
Wow.
Yeah, really,
Wow.
like it's phenomenal.
That's so interesting. And there's a lot of people like this. It's a really like high class, beautiful looking like
I know,
packaging
stunning.
and graphics,
Yeah.
and it looks really nice.
Yeah, it's fancy.
Yeah, it looks really fancy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
so I honestly think that's been the key factor to regulating my nervous system.
That's so interesting. And I'm sorry that you felt like that after River, was it? Or Harrison?
It was, to be honest, it was after Harrison, probably for about 2 years. Then we went into lockdown. Then there was a shit show. Then I lost a baby. Then I was a shit show.
Yeah.
Then River came, and I was like, okay, I need to actually figure out how to normal life with a baby.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
like I think that doctors are like very fast to be. I went in to get my bloods done because I was tired. She was like, "Would you like some antidepressants?" And I was like, "Honey, that's a really slippery slope for me, because I know I'll be addicted to them."
Yeah, well, with your
'Cause I have-
history. Yeah.
But like they just, I feel like they just give you the pill and tell you to deal with whatever happens after the pill. Do you know what I mean?
I know.
So that was the route that I wanted to go, was the other way.
And you know, for some people, SSRIs and antidepressants are
Beneficial.
amazing and a
Yeah.
godsend and exactly what they need, but everybody is so different.
I know.
Yeah, they certainly are. And I was on SSRIs for a short period after my dad died, and I
Really?
just found them. I mean, they were wonderful and they worked for me.
They helped.
But after a year, I came off them, and coming off them was awful. It was so hard.
Yeah.
So hard. I got these brain zaps, and it's just
What?
yeah, which is very common, which I'd never heard of before. But if I moved my head too fast or like looked to the side too fast, I'd get this like electric zap feeling. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Sorry, I am not a doctor. Yeah,
But that's what
caveat,
happens,
I'm not a
Stanley.
doctor. But yeah,
and
it's
yeah,
what
same.
happened.
Like I only know my experience, and
yeah.
I know that I would be addicted to taking something that made me feel less. And I also am like, my highs are really high and my lows are really low. So I'm like, if I don't have my highs,
You won't feel
I don't
the lows.
want to live. Like, do you know what I mean? I want to be
Yeah.
like capturing the highs,
Yeah.
because they're so beautiful.
Yeah.
And honestly, that microdose makes me feel the highs even higher.
Are you on it now?
Today, no, yesterday, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're going to have a big chat off
Yeah.
air.
Yeah, it's so good, honestly. I feel real nervous saying it, because I know it's like a bit
No, but
dodgy.
it's not. It's not though. Like if you saw this beautiful, if people saw that what we were talking about, that beautiful Mabel, and
it's
it
stunning.
really, doesn't feel dodgy at all.
No.
And actually, it's from the earth. Like it's a natural thing.
I know.
You know.
They say, I actually have done a lot of like research on it, and there's this documentary called Fantastic Fungi, and there's a huge part in it where it's like everything underneath the earth is connected with fungi. So it's connected with, I think it's called mycelium.
Yeah.
And it's like when a tree falls down, the mycelium comes and takes over
I've
in
heard of
another tree to connect them together, so that they like nurture each other.
So beautiful.
And they also say that the evolution of consciousness is from monkeys taking psilocybin. Isn't that nuts?
Yes.
You need to watch the documentary, because I know I sound really weird there. I know.
I love it. I
But,
love it.
yeah,
I'm
that's what it
leaning
is.
into it. I'm like,
I know,
yeah,
yeah.
monkeys, mushrooms, let's do it.
I had a really good time. First it was cacao, now it's mushrooms.
Yeah, a little bit of mushrooms in your cacao.
Yeah, I do that sometimes.
So if we go back, I'm really glad you didn't close Wildflower, by the way. You
Yeah.
touched on that there. That was obviously...
I'm really glad it didn't close as well.
Yeah, that's what I was going to
Yeah.
ask you. I mean, now that it's in a different place and that it's functioning a bit differently, you must be so glad.
Yeah, I just like I honestly feel like it's a baby I birthed, and now
Yeah.
it's just out there on its own and actually it doesn't need me.
Yeah.
And that's the best part about it. It
Yeah.
doesn't need me to run. It's just the most beautiful version of itself, and I can just help it like be better, but I don't need to be figuring out the ins and outs of it, because that's not what I'm good at.
Yeah. It's the most difficult hair salon in the whole of Dublin to get into. Like, you're doing something right.
Yeah, it is. Like, I know. And like, we have a wait list. We're booked out till nearly November, and then it's probably going to be booked out till Christmas now because of the fact that it's so close.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild, but it's magical.
It's brilliant. As a mum, the reality is I spend a lot of time in the car. Sometimes juggling work, sometimes juggling the kids, usually a combination of both. The other Image mums and I recently test drove the Peugeot 3008 and 5008, and honestly, we were so pleased and genuinely impressed. They're spacious, they're big enough for car seats, for sports gear, for school bags, for anything else you can possibly imagine. And they're also full of really innovative tech. Plus, they just feel really nice to drive. The 3008 SUV is a perfect mix of practicality and style, where the 5008 has the extra space, including 7 seats, should you need it. So whether you've got babies or toddlers or teens, Peugeot has thought of everything. Because when life gets busy, you need a car that keeps up, and Peugeot just gets it. So you touched on it there, and it's a difficult topic. So this is a gear shift that I'm warning you about. But you suffered a second trimester loss of pregnancy, which is like, I am so sorry that you experienced that. I experienced 11 and a half weeks, and that was so difficult. And it was also during COVID.
Was it in lockdown?
Yeah. And I just, like I said, I'm sorry. And I just want to hear about what that experience was like for you, and how you've healed from it and how you've moved forward.
Okay. So I got pregnant in August 2021. So in lockdown, I was terrified of, honestly, I have health anxiety. So like, I experience health anxiety I feel like I experience health anxiety as an emotion. Yeah. So when the world was locking down for a health problem, I was not okay for a long time. I just thought everyone's gonna die, and I wasn't okay.
Which wasn't an irrational feeling at the time.
Well, a lot of us felt like that. So I got pregnant when Harrison was 2.5. He had just started in Montessori, and that was August of 2021. We had moved into a new house in Delgany. We only lived there for like 6 months, and I'm convinced that the house has bad energy, so we'll move on from that. But I got pregnant, and we were delighted. I literally got pregnant on Harrison. I got pregnant 6 days after we said we wanted to have a baby. Wow. And the same with this baby. Wow. And so truthfully, what happened was I battled with, at the same time when I got pregnant, the COVID vaccination came out, but it was very new. So in that time, I was like battling whether I was going to get that and risk the pressure on the pregnancy, whether it was going to affect it, because nobody actually knew.
Danielle, I had the exact same thing. I was also pregnant at that exact point.
Were you?
At that exact point.
The fear
and I remember
is no other.
Being so terrified. Yeah. And the kind of, all of the chat about it was terrifying, because nobody was saying that it was safe. I mean, no one was saying it wasn't safe. They were saying to get it, but we can't guarantee that it'll be okay, which was like...
It was like, get it, but it's on you. Yeah. Like, if something happens, that's not our fault. Like,
yeah, it was really scary. Yeah. I can still vividly remember standing. I did get it, and I remember standing, and my baby was okay. But I remember standing in the, I think it must have been the RDS, was a big hall, and like queuing. and just feeling like, oh my God, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Like coming out of the queue, going back in the queue. No, I'm doing it. No, I'm not doing it. It was terrifying.
It's
Yeah.
very scary. Very, very scary time.
Yeah.
So for me, I was like, okay, if I can get past 12 weeks, then maybe the baby would be viable enough that if I do get it, I'll be okay.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, maybe after 14 weeks. And then I was like, okay, maybe at 16 weeks. And actually maybe at 20 weeks. I just kept like
Putting it off.
pushing it out a little bit and being like, okay, maybe when the baby's a bit stronger. Bearing in mind, my best friend who owns half a Wildflower, she had a miscarriage at like 13 weeks. And I had seen the trauma she'd gone through. And I never really understood that when Harrison was born. Like, didn't really kind of click with me. But after, I was just so aware of what could happen, that I was really sensitive. And at 15 weeks, I didn't get the vaccination. I was 14 weeks pregnant, and my friend that I was living with in our house, because it was a big house in Delgany, went into I was a close contact. So what happened that time was I was a close contact with somebody in work who had COVID. So what happened when you didn't have a vaccination at that time, you had to isolate for 2 weeks. So I isolated for 2 weeks. Then I came out of isolation. Obviously I was still terrified of getting a virus because I hadn't had COVID, but I was also terrified of the vaccine. So I had one day out and I was doing a shoot with Inglot and Rosie Connolly. And it was such an amazing shoot, so good. And then my friend who lived in the house got COVID, texted me saying I was a close contact, and I was then having to go into another isolation from that one day release for another 2 weeks. And I was like, my brain can't actually deal with this.
I can't handle it, yeah.
The stress of it was like so intense. So I came home from the photo shoot, and literally that evening I fell asleep on the couch because I was like, okay, here's another 2 weeks of sitting still and not doing anything. And I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning. There was a tiny little bit of blood on my tissue. And I was like, I'll just go in and see if everything's okay. Now, bearing in mind, I'd had a 7-week scan, 12-week scan, and then I hadn't been in, but I was due to go in the next week at the 16-week scan to then get the vaccine. And I went into the hospital. To be honest with you, I went into the hospital because I was like, I'm not going to be able to go anywhere anyway, so I'll just go in.
Bit of entertainment.
Yeah, honestly, that's what I thought I was doing. I was like, I'll just go in and see if the baby's alright, see how they're doing, see if I can see them. And when I went in, I was honestly oblivious. Like 4 o'clock in the morning, went in, and the nurse said, "Oh, I'll just have to get a doctor." And I was like, "All right," like didn't have a clue what was going on.
This is when she was looking.
Yeah,
on your
she
tummy.
was scanning my belly. I was in an isolated room because I was a close contact. Then she called the doctor in, and the doctor was like looking for a heartbeat, and they could not find a heartbeat. And she said, "I'm really sorry to tell you, but there's no heartbeat for the baby." And I was just like, "What?" Like I just couldn't. I was like, "That's not true." Like, I'm only here because I had a little bit of blood on my pants. Like, it's not on my tissue. That's not true.
Yeah.
And then she scanned again, I think like a couple of minutes later. I think I had to drink something. Scanned again, and then it hit me, and I was like, my baby's not alive. Like, my baby's gone. And then my husband came in, my mum collected my son, and I just sat there for ages. Then my consultant came in, and he was like, I'm going to give you 2 tablets, and you're going to have to take these 2 tablets. And I was like, what does that do? And I was like, it's similar to when people take an abortion tablet, that they go home and they do things themselves. And I was like, but it's a second trimester baby.
Jesus, Danielle.
This is a big baby. Like, this isn't just a miscarriage. This is a baby in here. And she obviously, every miscarriage is like, even 2 weeks is a miscarriage. But I was like, what? So I went home and I took the tablets, and then about 12 hours later, I remember my best friend coming over, the one who had lost a baby after 13 weeks, and saying, like, she said, like, the biggest regret she had was not knowing if she could see the baby, or like not knowing where the baby was. And I was like, I think what I need is to figure out what's going to happen to the baby when the baby comes, like to actually figure out, like without the emotion attached to it, where the baby's going to go.
I understand exactly what you mean.
So I was really freaked out that I was being sent home. I feel like we were treated like animals in lockdown when it came to the maternity care. Animals. Like I honestly don't understand where the humanity was in that situation. But basically what they said was there was going to be a blood passing. And I was like, okay. But they were like, you won't notice, it will just be blood. And I was like, okay. And then after the tablets started to kick in, I started to feel like labour pains. Wow, so like actual labour surges. Jesus. Like every few minutes. And then I went into the toilet. Sorry, this could be a little bit graphic.
It's okay.
Sure.
Graphic for listeners, fast forward now, but it's okay.
Yeah, okay. So I went into the toilet and I heard a pop. And it was like my water was breaking. And then the baby, I gave birth to the baby. Yeah. And like I could see the baby's like tiny fingernails and blue eyes, and like the baby was in my hand. And
I've had that exact experience.
Did you?
I've held a little sack with now I couldn't see fingernails or eyes, but yeah, the noise that came out of me when I held it was, yeah.
Yeah, I wailed like
an animal.
A whale. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. And I kept it, and I caught it before it went into the loo.
Yeah, same.
And they said the same thing to me, that you wouldn't notice. It would be like a heavy period. And
there was no blood. It was literally just water in the baby.
Blood. Yeah.
It's inhumane, isn't it?
What did you do afterwards?
So we went. I was like wailing like an animal. Like Craig, I don't think I've ever witnessed shock like I witnessed with Craig in that moment. Like he's so good with like situations. Like he's really calm, but in that moment he was just in full shock and was like wailing, crying with me. So we went up to, do you know the fairy hill in Kilmechanic?
Yeah.
With the little fairy house?
Yeah.
So that fairy house I've grown up with, like used to always visit it with my family. And we buried the baby just beside that. And okay, so this is kind of weird, and earlier on I was talking to you about this book called Spirit Babies. But in that moment of giving birth, I felt like it was a gift from the baby to know, or to come back to who I am. It was like the baby was going to come back to me when I was ready for the baby, and that actually like that soul wasn't leaving me. So like this, I feel like the soul stayed. Yeah. And then I don't think sorry.
It's okay. It's so beautiful.
I feel like I can talk about it now without crying. I know I'm tearing up now, but I feel like the soul of the baby stayed around me and like sent me on a roller coaster of turbulence before the baby came back, and that baby is River. And River flowed back to me.
River flowed.
Yeah, so I feel like in that moment I was like grateful, and I genuinely was grateful for what had happened, and I genuinely was like, I had made peace with this version of grieving as my lesson. Yeah. For me to be more me. And I like, it was like a message. I was like, okay, right, okay, I'll do what I need to do to be the best version of me for this baby to come back. And I really do feel like that's what happened when River came back. It was like a full transformation of life in all aspects. To be to learn how to be the better version of me. Yeah. Still on the journey, but
yeah, sure we all are. Yeah.
But yeah, the hospital didn't really care much. There was a load of blood. There was so much blood, and they came back. They got me to come back in just to make sure everything was cleared, they would say. Yeah. And after that, then I never went back there, and I had an amazing consultant for River called Zara Francesca Kelly. Do you know her?
No.
In the Marion Clinic. honestly, and I had a doula. I was so freaked out about it. So actually, sorry, I got engaged 3 weeks later. Craig was planning to propose like after my birthday because I was turning 30. But he proposed on the 4th of December, and literally for the next 2 years I planned our wedding, and I planned to be the best version of myself and do everything for just us. And then I thought that I was healed, like I wasn't freaked out after having the loss because I had made peace with it and spent time. And then literally from the moment I got pregnant, which was a week before my wedding,
Wow.
I was freaked beyond. And I had to have a doula. I had to have like trauma therapy with a therapist and with my doula. And then I had a private consultant that I could just cover all angles.
Yeah.
And then I was able to have a lot of healing from, sorry, my nose is a bit runny.
Okay.
Tears and nose all over.
That's okay.
I was able to make peace with, I was able to do a lot of healing in the second birth from my previous birth and from what had happened with River, with the baby who had passed. So,
Did you talk to the boys about it now, or have
so
you
weird
ever?
that you say that. Only like last week I was talking to Harrison and something came up, and he was like, maybe he said something like, why is there so many years between me and River, or why don't we have more brothers and sisters, or something like that. And I was like, you know that you did have another sibling, but we lost the baby, or something like that, I said. And he was like, huh? I was like, yeah. I was like, do you not remember? And he was like, no. And we talked about it for a little while, and I just kind of told him what happened, and I just said, but I believe that River's we always talk about Soul. Do you know the film Soul?
Yeah.
We always talk about that, and we every time he has like a heaven question or a God question, we always go back to Soul.
Yeah.
And I told him that like I think that River's soul was always coming back even though I lost the baby. And he said the next day he went into school and he told his friends, and one of his friends said that we were cursed.
Great.
And I was like, oh shit,
that's the wrong message.
Yeah, whoops. I was like, you're not cursed, sure, look, River's here, he's fine. Oh, Jade.
Cursed.
Kids are mad.
It's a big word for a 7-year-old. Yeah, kids are mad.
6.
Yeah.
He's 6.
Sorry, 6. Yeah, 6. Oh, it's nice. I think it's important to talk about it though, and to reference it, you know. I think it's important that they know and that you honour it in yourself as well.
Yeah, so I do definitely honour it. Like we lost a baby on the 11th of November, and I always like look at 11/11 like as just like a guide in the day, and just be like, oh, that's a wishful moment.
It's a very special number, isn't it?
It's a very special number, and I feel like because it happened on the day 11/11, I always have significance with it. Yeah. And I really think that it was a gift. Yeah. As much as it was harrowing at the time.
Yeah, harrowing.
And I'll never forgive that consultant, but other than that.
Yeah, but I think that happens to a lot of women. I think that story is more common than we realise.
It's crazy.
And it's the diminished, experience of a woman. It's it's fine. You're fine. Just go home. It'll be fine. Don't be dramatic. But one thing that I always think about when it comes to miscarriage is that any baby that you've grown in your body, no matter what stage they live until, their DNA exists in you forever, for the rest of your life. So beautiful. It's so beautiful.
It's honestly magic. And I think that we disregard, like, even if it's a loss at 4 weeks or loss at 7 weeks, we as women are just meant to martyr on. But if we took a moment and said, like, what in our life do we need to do for us to make us feel like the best version of ourselves? Yeah. Maybe that baby is giving us that gift. Yeah. And then maybe that baby will come back if the time is right. Yeah. And obviously, I know that there's so much more to it in a scientific level and a biological level. Yeah. But that's just how I make peace with all of these conversations, is like, okay, how can I be the best version of me so that maybe the baby will come back?
And what lesson it's given you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think talking about this stuff is so important for women, because I think still now miscarriage is such a stigmatized conversation, you know, and there's a lot of people that just don't know really what to say or what the experience is. And I remember someone in particular having a miscarriage in our workplace and coming up to me and saying it so flippantly, and this is before I'd had one, saying, oh, I had a miscarriage yesterday, it's fine. And like, maybe that was fine for her, maybe that was her experience, but to not know that there's other versions of it, where it's really not fine, and to know that that's okay and you'll come through it, but to talk about it and to share that is so important.
I think it's as well, I feel like hairdressers are the gateway to understand
everything.
Women. Like, I know this sounds weird, but so I'm on this like whole new journey with Wildflower where I believe that we need to look at people on a holistic level.
Yeah.
So like, holistic as a word seems quite like woo woo, but if I was to sit here and look at your hair, I'm looking at on a trichology perspective. I'm not a trichologist, but on a scalp perspective, how is your scalp doing? What is it being affected by? I'm looking at your hormones. Like, has anything changed with hormones that whether that's like you just got your period, you just went on the pill, you just came off the pill, you're going to try have a baby, you're after having a baby, you're then going to perimenopause, then you're going into menopause. All these things affect your hair.
Yeah.
And then there's like nutrition. If you're nutrition deficient because you're so much in flight or fight, or you're so much in stress that your nutrients can't absorb into your body.
Yeah, you're not digesting.
We experience this as hairdressers every single day.
Yeah.
Like, we get to experience 6-7 clients a day that are going through something.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's recognized at all. It's like, you just do my hair. And you're like, no, I actually am here for you on your biggest day, on your hardest day, on your normal day, and actually when you're feeling really, really shit.
And you're physically touching the person as well.
You're like so in there.
Yeah. And also, people tell their hairdressers everything. Like, my hairdresser knows more about me than my husband in a lot of ways. Yeah.
They honestly, I think we're the gateway.
Yeah, I get that.
The gateway to women.
Yeah.
It's so strange.
Yeah.
But that's what I believe. I'm on a journey to try get people to really analyse their career as a hairdresser more like this, so that they can help more women.
Amazing. What a beautiful job to be doing.
Yeah,
like
that feels like a better purpose for me than what I've been doing before.
Absolutely. You talked about Craig there. How is your relationship now with Craig? How's Craig?
He's so good.
How's he as a dad?
He's honestly the best dad ever.
Yeah.
I do feel like I'm down the bottom of the pecking line at the moment. But as every woman does when they have the babies. In the summer, he's a teacher. He's a secondary school teacher.
Okay.
He teaches the language of Irish and history. And
wow.
In the summer, he has it off. And he does actually struggle with like routine when he's off. But he's amazing. He like has the kids a lot of the time. He really looks after himself. Like he's everything that I'm not. So like, he's so routine based. He's so like, he has willpower like I've never seen in my whole life.
Really? Wow.
Like, he'll just be like, I'm doing this, and he'll do it. Like, he runs the Dublin Marathon, and then he'll like 2 years ago he did the High Rocks on a Saturday and did the Dublin Marathon on a Sunday.
Oh my god. What?
He's just so cool as a human being.
Yeah.
And our relationship over the summer, what we did was we took tiny trips away for just us as like our dates. And I feel like that reminds you of who you both are together as a relationship.
So important.
But I do definitely find it hard as a mum and a dad in a house with 2 kids and a dog, trying to figure out how to
be together,
have a dynamic. So I bought this new calendar.
Oh, tell me about it.
It's called the Skylight calendar.
Okay.
And it's a digital calendar that links up to everybody's calendar.
Okay.
So you can see everything the children are doing, everything that you're doing each other, like you and your husband. And it also has tasks. So there's like tasks and rewards. So you set tasks for your children. So like, we only have it about a week now, but the tasks go up and it's like, make your bed, put your uniform on, brush your teeth and everything.
Yeah,
and
lovely.
every time you do that, you get a star.
Oof.
And then your rewards are something you want. So I really want to get a new handbag that's in do you know Rosalind's in Dunville Avenue?
Oh yeah,
It's gorgeous,
I do.
like
Yeah.
homemade leather handbag that I really want to have there. And it's only like €200 or something, but I was like, I'm gonna set tasks and be like a better version of myself in the house and do all the tasks I need to do and be rewarded myself with this handbag. Has
Love that.
grocery lists, to-do lists, and everything is connected and it's on your phone.
All in one place.
Yeah, it's so good. So I feel like that's going to change your life.
Skylight.
Yeah, Skylight calendar. You should look it up.
And you showed me just before we started recording as well that you have a new phone.
Yeah, I'm on a mission.
You really are. You were changing your life.
I am trying.
A new phone that is not a phone.
Yeah,
that
so
looks
it's
like
called
a little brick.
the Light phone.
Yeah.
The Light phone so I actually bought it 15 months ago. So I bought it like just when River was born in pre-sale because I went to this place. Have you heard of Samsu Cabins?
Yeah.
So the girl
Beautiful.
who owns that is one of my clients. And when I was there, they had the Light phone there. And it was the second version, so it wasn't like really evolved. But this phone I literally only got delivered it last week, but I've been waiting a year to get it.
Wow.
And it's essentially just has no social media, no internet, no WhatsApp, and you can SMS or call me. And
take photos.
It has photos which are really cool, like digital camera. Has a directory like Golden Pages, calendar that links to your normal calendar, calculator, timer, everything you would touch your normal phone for. But now I'm using my normal phone only in a work setting and in a way where I will like be more boundary driven around it. It doesn't have a SIM card in it, so people can't ring me on that phone, so I don't need it in my pocket.
Wow.
So I'll decide when I want to have it. It's kind of like a computer, a small computer.
And that's back to the nervous system regulation and the boundaries. But that's serious boundaries. Like people are not able to contact you then.
Yeah, well they are.
But they are. They can call you.
Yeah, if you really want me, call me.
Doesn't that just show you?
Exactly.
Right? Like if they can't WhatsApp you or Instagram DM you, they can't contact you. Yeah. But of course they can. They can call you.
And you know what? I really noticed it the other day. I was walking Harrison School, so we're so lucky. Harrison School is at the end of my road, and I was walking him to school. And on the way back, what I would usually do is reply to my WhatsApps while I'm pushing the buggy, or I'll call someone who needs to talk about whatever has to be done in work or whatever. And I didn't have my phone, so I couldn't do anything. So I rang my dad.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, that's what I need to do, is just do the things that make my heart happy. Yeah. Like ringing my dad, not looking at a WhatsApp. Yeah. It doesn't need to be addressed at 8:30 in the morning.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I do know what you mean.
I'm on a mission.
I feel like I'm going to get one of those too, where I'm just going to do everything. I'm going to get the skylight. I'm going to get the mushrooms.
Yeah, I mean,
get the phone.
We're just going to all be in the woods.
I would like that. Yes, I would like that. But as long as we have beautiful wildflower hair.
Yeah, I'm also on a mission for everyone to stop colouring their hair. Yes. Stop colouring their hair, stop putting the toxins in.
I wanted to talk about that.
Be your natural self.
Yeah, about no tox though, seriously, because there is such a movement towards that.
Okay.
And are you doing that at home, or are you doing it only, you're thinking about it in salon settings, or are you applying it to
it's like my whole life.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you ever watched the film Dark Waters?
No.
So it's all about Teflon.
Yeah, I do know about Teflon.
Do you? So it's basically the backstory and the full conversation around what happened with Teflon. So when I watched Dark Waters, that was the start of it. But I made a few friends in lockdown that we used to always swim every day together. And a lot of them had been on this journey already. And I just kind of got influenced by them to understand that actually these toxins are affecting our body, they're affecting our hormones and everything like that. So the way I kind of work it is I do like an 80-20. So 80% of my life is toxin free, 20% of my life I'll still eat the bar of chocolate or I'll still use the hairspray.
Okay.
But at home we have like Teflon free. So we have like do you know the La Creuset?
Yeah.
Ceramic pots.
Love.
I was like, I'm gonna just gift myself these because that's what I'm
beautiful.
gonna cook and enjoy my life.
Yeah.
And we like try our best to like not purchase like ultra processed foods. And I have this app called the Yucca app. Yeah. And the Yucca app scans everything, so it's like cleaning products, beauty care and food. And it was basically a lot of the factors happen. So Harrison has really bad eczema when he was a child and asthma. So I had to do a lot for him. Then we went into lockdown. Everything was surrounded about breathing, and that I have asthma sometimes when I get unwell. So that I was kind of like, okay, I need to like figure out where that's coming from, what the inflammation in my body is. And then when I lost the baby, I was like, why are my hormones so messed up? So there were so many factors in the deciding of, okay, this is not who I want to be anymore. So when we moved out of our Delgany house and we moved into the new house, I was like, nothing's coming into this house that isn't non-toxic.
Wow.
So like we have like non-toxic cleaning products.
Do you make your own cleaning products?
No, not yet.
Okay. I actually do that, which
Do
is
you?
wild. I don't know why. Something I just started doing, and it's a really, really easy thing to do.
Tell me more.
I do vinegar. So I bought like a big kind of industrial litre thing of vinegar, and then Dr. Bronner's, and I like a kind of big, again, huge thing of Dr. Bronner's Castile soap, I think it's called. And then I mix those two together with just boiled and cooled water, and that's my kitchen spray, and it works
Fabulous.
perfectly. Like, it's as nice, and I put a little drop of eucalyptus or lavender in it as well,
I'm going to do that when I go home.
and it's lovely. It's easy, like it's really easy, and you can buy really beautiful spray bottles.
I know, I do have the spray bottles that I moved the non-toxic product into it.
Yeah.
But actually, if I made my own, it'd be better.
It's all about the aesthetic.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
One actually smashed in the back garden and I was fuming, but I need to get another few.
Yeah. So and with hair products, you were saying that they're really toxic.
They're like highly toxic. Like to the point where when we're in lockdown wearing masks, we were probably healthier.
Wow. In salons.
Yeah.
And you're with that stuff all day, every day.
Yeah. So like there's a lot of, I don't think people realize, but like in a setting where you're getting your hair done, if it's a case that you have to get your hair done regularly because you notice a really strong regrowth, I really don't recommend to be doing something that, so I've always been of the mindset where longevity is the most important version of hairstyle for you. Like, so that you don't have to get your hair done, you just want to. But on a non-toxic level, the products that are toxic, I don't say don't use them, but just don't use them often. So the people who I worry about in the toxic hair world are not the client, it's the hairdresser. So we have like 6 or 7 clients a day using a product that is toxic on them. And then it's sinking into our skin, it's going into our lungs, and like they're hormone disrupting, they are like cancerous, like there's a lot of big problems with them. I don't,
scary stuff.
In Wildflower, like we use the best version of brands that we can get, but they're not non-toxic as much as possible. They're just as much as they can possibly be. And then I also have like toner ranges where they are a toxic product, but they're the best version of colour you can get. So we're trying our best. Our shampoo and conditioner range I'm really specific about. Because that's something you have to bring home and use every day. But on a colouring perspective, it's like, what is the best version of colour that we can get that's going to do what we need to do, and then get the best toxin removal for that.
And what's the best kind of shampoo and conditioner then for us? So
I use Action Daker.
Yeah, lovely.
Action Daker is like non-toxic. It's developed for scalp, so it's honestly amazing. I've used that for like 5 years and I really notice a difference. Or OA, so OWAY, so it's the organic way. It's from a farm in Italy, and it's made with like essential oils and herbs and stuff, and it's an amazing brand. So I sell both of them in Wildflower, but I don't really know of other brands out there that are non-toxic, but I'm sure there is way many more. And I also am like, I feel like professional hair care is like against people doing things that aren't professional hair care products, like coconut oil or rosemary oil.
You never hear them in salons
because people are afraid of them,
which is the opposite of what they should be, isn't it?
I think it's the colour companies and the big corporate companies that are making us feel like, oh no, that's not good, but actually it probably is. Like, back to the roots.
Just back to natural, more organic, normal way of life.
Do the very best you can, and then whatever you have to do, make sure you know it's actually made like 80% non-toxic, 20% toxic, but know that it is toxic so that you're aware of wearing the gloves, protecting your scalp, things like that.
Yeah, like everything. It's education.
Yeah.
It's knowing what you're doing and making an educated decision then
Exactly.
to go one way or the other, but just having the information.
Yeah.
I could sit here and talk to you for a lot longer.
Same. I feel like we only got started.
I want to keep chatting. So, final question, and one that I ask frequently. Could ask you a lot of questions, but I'm going to ask this one. What do you want River and Harrison to learn from watching you navigate the world? And I think it's especially relevant for you thinking about the experience that you had as a young child at the age that they are at now of watching your mum navigate the world. Okay. What do you hope that they're learning watching you?
So I feel like I have a bit of a long-winded answer.
We love a long-winded answer.
So from my dad, so I'm going to tell you what I learned from my parents. Mm-hmm. So from my dad, I learned that honesty always. So he never told me lies. Like he just always told me the truth. And he was always a consistent soundboard. I was so lucky to have that. Like honestly, so lucky. Even to this day, I could ring him right now, tell him that I've done something wild, and he'd be like, right, let's figure that out. Which I love. And from my mum, I learned to never stop doing what is right for you. So like fighting for your life and your soul's purpose. So like she, when I was 11, decided to give up her job and go and be a dressmaker. And I learned from her to like follow your dream and to not like fall trap to the grey soul life.
Yeah, the grey soul life.
It's in the Soul movie, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So both of them have given me like really good lessons. So for my children, I think that learning that work-life balance is actually the golden life. So I would love that my children got the consistency and truth from both me and Craig. And also learn from us that working isn't life, but being at home also isn't just life. That you can do it all and still live a happy, joyful, wondrous life. I think that would be...
Yeah.
But also having like virtue in what you're doing to make the world a better place.
Danielle Garner, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
If you enjoyed this episode, please go and hit follow. It'll enable you to have a notification every time we release a new episode, or even better, go and tell a friend about us. That enables other women to hear these conversations that might really have an impact on their lives. If you'd like to experience the Motherload IRL, go and have a look at image.ie because we have a lot of events coming up soon and I would love to see you. And finally, I want to finish up by saying thank you to the incredible brands that make Image the Motherload possible. We are powered by Peugeot and sponsored by It's for Women, Avoca, Liffey Valley and Revive Active. Chat to you next week.